What's up, guys? I'm not entirely sure what's going on today, but I am going to a meet that was in the Cruise News, which is like a magazine that the older people use to find car meets. So it's usually all like muscle cars and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go to one of those meets. I'm trying to get some friends to go because I think it'd be funny to get some stance cars to go there. But first, I think I'm gonna work on putting my check engine light into my car, because I took it out a long time ago because I was OBD2 and I couldn't get the O2 sensor to stop throwing a code. So I just took out the check engine light because I was tired of looking at it. But I went into the junkyard and I bought a new bulb. Actually, I didn't buy it. They gave it to me for free. But here's the new bulbs. I grabbed two just in case. I threw the other one away, I think, or I moved since I pulled it out and I don't know where it's at. So I just went and got some new ones. And then really quickly, I'm going to pull out the dashboard, or not the dashboard, but the cluster in this car, and put one of these bulbs in and see if the check engine light comes on when we start the car. This cluster is pretty easy to take out. You just need a short screwdriver to get in here. And you got one screw there, one screw up there. I'm gonna go ahead and use two hands to take these out really quick. So once those are out, this should come out pretty easily. On the stock ones, there's a couple clips down here. I always break them when I take these out. I'm really bad at it, but they're not really that important because you got the screws on top holding it. So you pull that out. I'm probably gonna have to unplug my gauges here. Give me just a second. So I had one plug on the air fuel gauge, so I just unplugged that. These ones have a whole bunch. So I just left the boost gauge plugged in and dangling. I just unplugged this vacuum line going to the boost gauge, so this can hang now. So now we just have 4 screws holding this in, 2 up top again, and then 2 down there, and this whole dash will pull out. So I'll go ahead and pull that out really quick. So I got this pulling out now. I got all the screws out. But one thing that I wanted to show you guys is there is a gas light up here at the top. All Civics have that, and I have never had a Civic that has worked in. So I don't know. I looked on the forums once, and one person said that theirs worked for like the first 10,000 miles, and some people said that theirs have never worked. So if your gas light works or doesn't work, place a comment below and let me know, because I'm just kind of curious. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. I got like a bunch of wires going to this for these gauges, so this might be kind of a pain, but hopefully I can get this out enough. It almost looks like it says fart. Turt. And oh, test. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out really quick. So here is where the check engine light goes. So I guess I did take out the whole socket thing for it and everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop a new one in there. Oh shit, hang on. Right, so we're gonna try again to get that in there. There we go. And I removed the checksum in my tune, so I don't know if it's actually gonna cycle through everything when it comes back on or not. So I guess we're just gonna turn the shift light on and see if it lights up. Well, first we're gonna turn the car on by itself, see if there's a check engine light on, and then if it doesn't light up, then we're gonna turn the check engine shift light on and see what happens. Now I do want to show right here, this is that gas light. I'm gonna pull this out and see if there's a bulb in it. And there's totally a bulb, and if you look, if I can get it to focus, it's not burnt out. So if your gas light works, let me know. Alright, I just went ahead and threw everything back together really quick. Now we're gonna hope that it comes on, maybe, but doesn't stay on. Let's see. Ooh, we got check engine light right there. Let's start it. And it is off. Awesome. I gotta figure out what's squeaking with my belts over there. I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten the power steering and AC belts, I think. I can't really get to the AC adjustment right now because you gotta bust the AC pulley loose, and the power steering stuff's kind of in the way. I don't really feel like messing with it, so I'm just gonna tighten the power steering belt because that's the one that seems like it's loose anyway. So I'm just gonna pop this on there and loosen this nut on top. And then there's one on the bottom down here. I'm gonna try to pop it loose. This is actually easier to get to with the turbo manifold. Alright, now on these power steering pumps, there's actually just a spot for a 1/2-inch drive ratchet to go right here. Just a little square that it kind of plugs into. And then you want to go like you're loosening. And you just go like this, hold pressure on it until the belt's tight, and then tighten it down. There. I hit my cut. And that should be pretty tight now. Could probably go a little tighter. I'm gonna bust this one a little bit loose, enough to move it, and then I'm gonna get this one down here kinda almost tight. Okay. And I'm gonna tighten this one, actually, this one down here that actually gives the adjustment is the one that I'm gonna tighten. Now, you don't really want this too tight. You mess up like your bearings and your pulleys and stuff. But you want it tight enough so that it doesn't squeal. And these belts are pretty new. So, let me see if that's too tight now. There's still a little bit of play in the belt, so that should be alright. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this guy down. Alright. That should be good. See if it still squeals. It's actually still making some noise. I think it might be the pump itself. I'm gonna get a screwdriver and put it on here and find out. You know, I'm not sure. This water pump's kind of always made a little bit of noise ever since I swapped it out, so maybe it's that. But it doesn't sound like it's coming from the AC compressor, from the power steering pump, or the alternator. So it's either a belt. Doesn't sound like it's coming from the idler pulley either. So, you know, I'm not entirely sure, or the tensioner pulley for the AC. So I'm not exactly sure, but it goes away as the car's running. So now we're just gonna go ahead and set up the check engine shift light. All right, so one person kind of wanted me to show a little more of how I do this. So I have this thing, it's called a Motzburn 2. And it plugs in right here. I'm gonna do a better video than this, but this is just to kind of show you in the meantime what I'm doing to write a new tune to my car. So this is the chip that goes into the ECU. You just pop it in here, and as it says, chip aligned with the bottom, notch towards the handle. So you got your notch right there. So you put the chip all the way down to the bottom like that. There's some rows in front of it, but all the way down to the bottom and the notch towards the handle. Lock it into place. And then we can come over here and open up Chrome. I have like an old dealer version here, so that's what I've been using for my most current tune. Sorry if I'm not holding the phone steady. So we're just going to go over here and open up my latest tune, which is this one. And then we're just going to go into the tables here and find the check engine shift light. I think it's under rev limits, maybe. Let me find it, I'll tell you where it's at. I was looking right at it, it's right here. So it doesn't have my gears correct in here. I could mess with the gearing to make it. So you could do shift light per gear, which is awesome. But I'm just gonna put it like 100 below this. So we'll just put it at 6,800. And we'll just go ahead and put it at 6,800 for all of them. All right, so all of those are set. We're just gonna go ahead and save this over the current one because that's not a big deal. And then we just need to write the tune to the chip. And right now it's not even recognizing that my thing's plugged in, so I gotta figure that out. I think this cable's going bad or something's going bad. Let's try unplugging it up here and plugging it back in. There we go. Just wasn't plugged in all the way. I think it should show up. There it goes. Okay. Now we're just going to go ahead and write it to this chip. And this is a glitch that I get sometimes. What I end up doing is writing a Pro ROM to the chip, and then the gold one will write. So go ahead and do that really quick. This is saved. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up a non-gold ROM like this. And we'll write it. Okay. Now we'll open the gold ROM back up. And then we'll write that. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and show you how I put this in the car. You can just kind of close out of this guy. Pull the chip out. Alright, come down here to the ECU. And I have the chipped ECU right here. You just pop the chip in with the notch facing up towards the top of the ECU like that. And latch it in place. And that's it. Now when I run, I should have a check engine shift light. Alright, quickly, we're just going to make sure that check engine shift light works. Okay, we're going to try it now. Some cars coming. Okay, this next one's a school bus, I'm going. Alright, let's see if the check engine shift light comes on. It came on for a second. I guess I didn't ride it out far enough. I might have to just raise it up or lower it down so it comes on earlier. You know, because I don't want to hit rev limiter. So, you know, maybe I'll lower it like another 50 or something like that. Because it takes some time to react with it too. But I'll get some better shots in a little bit. There's too much going on this road right now. I'm at the car show right now. Hopefully I don't get flagged for this music. Maybe I'm far enough away. But there's tons of cars here. Like tons of people, plus like tons of people way over on that side too. And maybe I'll show you some of what's going on. I got a couple friends coming, or at least one friend. We'll see. Got my dad's car right here. Honda's getting no love. Here we are, 7-Eleven, you know, normal flavors. What? It actually doesn't taste very good. It's really weird. I just tried it. Alright, well, we got more people coming, but we got Jordan here in his Rocket Bunny FRS. What's up, guys? It was sort of a little bit of an unproductive day. Nobody ended up showing up to that meet besides Jordan, so they were busy doing other things. So we'll like schedule something for another old people meet to try to crash it. It'll be funny. We'll try to get like a whole bunch of cars there, make like a Facebook event page or something. But the check engine light shift light doesn't really work because I set it too close to red line. So if you do that, you're gonna want to set it like 300 RPMs below red line maybe. Basically, it doesn't come on until I hit the rev limiter. So it does come on though, so it will work as long as I set it up right. But for now, I'm just going to close out this video. If you like the channel, make sure that you subscribe. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video. And thank you for watching. Peace out.